firearm. It will also, in some cases, require the batterer, the perpetrator, the respondent to pay child support and other monetary resources that will help the victim to begin on their journey of safety and free of violence. Okay, so this order of protection is available 24 hours in Davidson County. There are several advocacy centers available to help victims here in Nashville, since their show is domestic violence in Nashville. Yeah, so we have the Gene Crow Advocacy Center, which is located right at the courthouse, and they have advocates there on staff that will help victims to obtain orders of protection and go to court with victims. Under the leadership of Mayor Berry, we're going to see the building of an Office of Family Safety Center. And it's going to be on Murfreesboro Road. And it's going to be a one-stop shop where victims can go in to get advocacy help, counseling help, and to get an order of protection and to get a warrant, to obtain a warrant against the person who has hurt them. And there are going to be other wraparound services there at the Office of Family Safety. I do want to also share with your listening audience, if they need to talk to someone in 24 hours, they can call the YWCA hotline, which is 615-242-9911. So those are, or Morning Star as well, 615-860-0003. So these local agencies are available to provide victims with help 24 hours a day.
And so you think that Nashville is very, very progressive in terms of trying to deal with the issue of domestic violence. But now, I also understand that there are not enough domestic violence shelters in town to accommodate the individuals that might be trying to get away from the batterer and whatnot.
That's true, and that's when we had to step up as a community and help victims. So shelters depend on money from various resources, donations, state funding, and other types of individual contributions to their agencies to make shelters available. So you can definitely lobby your legislator to give more money to these funds to support shelters and to increase the beds for victims of domestic violence.
Pastor, close us out here.
You know, it's kind of puzzling, you know, because like I say, in my situation, when you don't know, you know, you don't have an idea. And then when you look at it now that, you know, my daughter has no voice in the situation, and now the perpetrator, he's trying to, you know, blame her.
Put all the blame on her.
Yeah, he's trying to blame her. And of course, there's nothing there present that, you know, to support anything that he's saying, you know, but to try to blame her, it's almost trying to say, well, you're responsible for your own death, but then when I'm hearing about the power and control and the fact that, you know, my daughter has this personality that if she didn't want to talk to you, she wouldn't talk, you know, and that's with anybody, you know what I'm saying? So, and in that situation, he came in and he tried to make her have a conversation with him where she hadn't been talking to him for a couple of days, that I found out from my wife. And he tried to make her talk to him, you know, this same thing he told me. And what I didn't know, I knew that when I picked him up, he had her car keys and her cell phone and stuff like that. But what I didn't know was that she was, until I heard his testimony, viewed his video testimony, that she was actually trying to leave. And he came out of the house, her house. She was going to leave him in her house as she left and get in her car and leave. And he came out in the yard and took her keys, physically took her keys from her, and then wouldn't give them back, and this how this whole thing began to escalate, you know. And then at the end of the day, my daughter's deceased, and now he's trying to wiggle his way out of it. And I'm thankful that, you know, the district attorney's office is, you know, is fighting this thing, you know, and I believe that, you know, we'll overcome in the situation. You know, and then you think about, you know, it's a lot of young women, you know, that will move these guys into their houses and stuff like that without really even knowing these people and who they are and stuff. And this guy, he seemed to be an okay guy, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, it turned out, you know, differently. You know, now my daughter's 24-year-old daughter is deceased, you know, murdered by somebody that I thought was okay, my wife thought was okay, because like I say, there was never any sign.
Right. And batterers don't tend to wear a sign that say I'm a batterer on the back. The relationship always usually starts off good. Just like, and I go back to the Medea's family reunion example, it always starts off good. And we want to believe the best about people. And so he raises some really good points about how this batter is building up this situation. Batter is really act good in public often because when the victim finally reaches out and says, this person is hurting me, they're going to say, are you kidding me? He's always at the church. He's so nice. He helps the pastor. And you're going to tell me that you must be doing something wrong. So this is the kind of game the batterer plays. And the batterer always, most always does not want to take ownership for their behavior. So let me just take a moment to talk about batterers intervention programs. So if I commit domestic assault, I will go, most likely I'll be arrested, and I'm supposed to be arrested, immediately arrested, and I'm supposed to be held for 12 hours, okay? That's everywhere. That's here in Davidson County too.
40 seconds.
Oh. But there are batterers intervention classes that are assigned, and so batterers can learn to hold themselves accountable for their behaviors, so victims will not be blamed for something the perpetrator did.
Very good. And let me thank the two of you for bringing by that excellent information. And I know, Ms. Kimbro, that we were running out of time, and your enthusiasm for what you're doing, and I think that's very, very good, you see. Yes. And I think that this has been a very, very helpful show this morning. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.
Surely will.
I'll see you in 2 weeks, definitely.
Great.
At the NAACP meeting.
Appreciate y'all, brother.
Take care now.
Yeah, y'all be good now. Well, oh, Dr. Baldwin, waiting on you. You're the only thing that's keeping me here. If I'm trying to get through with you, I'm out of here. Oh, Miss Kimbro? Yeah, yeah, well, it's good seeing you, doctor. Very good. And we got a very, very important topic today.
Okay.
You want, let's put that book up? Yeah, put it up so we can make some shots of it.
You want to take some shots?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's already been.
Huh? Just do it so we can get it on this show, too.